Good evening, and welcome back to the Mulligan Moneyline's podcast, powered by Wasaga Sports Network. As always, I am your host, Aidan Brown, joined by Ben Garcia and Deagle. We were absolutely blessed last Saturday with an amazing college football slate, starting off with one of the most surprising games of the weekend, Oklahoma versus Bama. The Sooners able to get it done in Bryant-Denny. That OU defense is really looking like what got them into the college football playoff as of now, and it's looking like it's what could possibly keep them there. It's sure as heck not John Mateer, who seems to just keep taking his opponent's money line every week. I mean, 65% completion on only 23 attempts, and I'm known for hating on the guy. I'm told I don't give enough credit to his rushing game. I'm sorry. His 23 rush yards on 10 carries and 1 rushing touchdown to pair with his 0 passing touchdowns, I'm still not convinced.
No. I'll say John Mateer is definitely, I think, holding this team back. I don't know that they have a better option to go to, but I don't think that he is allowing this team to go to the next level. That Brent Venables defense, though, that's a different story. He has really brought what he created over at Clemson over to Oklahoma, and it took a little bit for them to get going, but that defense looks fantastic.
Yeah, the defense looked really good for Oklahoma. Alabama fell behind early in that game. They came back on them near halftime in the third quarter, and then they fell behind again, and they're not a team built to come back twice. They're not really even a team built to come back. No. They start winning, and then they win the whole game.
Yep, absolutely. Next game, we got the University of Georgia welcomed the Texas Longhorns to Athens, and, I mean, that was a smackdown. Gunnar Stockton, 24 of 29 with 5 touchdowns. The 1 interception, it was a bad decision, but 4 passing touchdowns, 1 on the ground. Gunnar Stockton was electric. I think that he's not only the best quarterback in the SEC, but I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. Gunnar Stockton went crazy in that Texas game. Texas was not looking very good the whole game, and then Kirby kicked the onside kick successfully, up 11 points, and really sealed the deal at that point.
Yeah, absolutely great for Gunnar Stockton's Heisman conversations, and really, I can't think of a scarier team in the nation right now to face than the Bulldogs. They've got all the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, they played a 4-quarter football game, which is what they haven't done the whole season, but they did it against a pretty good Texas team, a top 10 Texas team at the time. I don't know that when the lights shine brightest, it seems like the dogs always come alive.
Yeah. Well, Georgia played 4 quarters, but South Carolina did not. South Carolina versus Texas A&M ended up in a 1-point loss, 31-30. Texas A&M winning against the South Carolina team, scoring 28 unanswered points. South Carolina was up 30-3. Marcel Reed threw for over 400 yards, and Lenore Sellers had a 50% completion percentage, so it was a real difference in quarterback there in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't believe what I was watching when I'm seeing A&M put together drive after drive in the second half. Marcel Reed looking almost perfect there in those last 2 quarters.
Yeah, I mean, it's a scary thing, though, to think that A&M could go down by that much, because when you are playing a more serious opponent, you're not going to be able to come back like that. Yeah. You know, a Georgia defense is going to come up with a stop in the second half, and you're not going to make it all the way back. I think Alabama is the same thing. I think that even like an LSU or Florida, probably you don't make that ground back up. So I think it is a little scary if you're a Texas A&M fan, because you started super slow, but I don't know. I think they probably deserve to fall in the rankings.
Give credit to South Carolina, though. They've been putting up points and keeping it close with a bunch of ranked SEC opponents this year. So I think they're better than we give them credit for. So they could have easily won this game as well. South Carolina, unfortunate record for how good of a team they are.
No, seriously. Next, we are going to be ranking through a snake draft the top 12 teams that are currently in the college football playoff right now. So I will start us off. The first team, or the number 12 team I would rank, is Oregon.
Interesting. I am going to have to go follow that up with number 11, Tulane.
I'm going to follow that up number 10 with Miami, and I think they're right with number 9. I do think Notre Dame should be about number 9.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I would say at the number 8 spot, looking at the teams I've got left, I really think there is no one else to put here but Oklahoma with their offensive struggles.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. For 7, I'm going to go ahead and put Texas Tech. The Big 12 just doesn't impress me.
And I think with...
Sorry, and then for number 6, I do like Ole Miss at number 6.
I think that's fair. Looking at who I've got left, I think that at this point we've got to throw Alabama in there, the only 2-loss team remaining.
And number 4, I'm going to take Ohio State. I think it's the weakest of the conference winners right now, being Ohio State.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
And I'm going to put Texas A&M at number 3, where they're at with the CFP poll.
All right, well, that leaves a great opportunity for me to put Indiana at number 2.
Yeah, definitely, and that leaves one team, the Georgia Bulldogs, number 1 team. I think that the Bulldogs, even with the current way that the playoff is ranked, if that was the bracket today, I think the Bulldogs run the table.
Yeah, people seem to forget that we are one incompletion away from being an undefeated football team right now.
Absolutely.
At this time, we are going to hear some words from our sponsor.
Introducing Henny Sports Cards Basketball Mystery Pack, starting at just $14.99. Each gold bag is loaded with the good stuff. Hollow chases, rookie heat, even graded hits. Rip one open and you might pull a card worth way more.
Get your Hennessy Sports Cards today by visiting the link below.
And going into this weekend, I'm really excited to see we've got a bit of a slower slate this weekend. A lot of teams getting ready for big matchups next Saturday. But we are starting off with one SEC ranked matchup between Oklahoma and Missouri. As much of a Oklahoma hater as I've been all season, I do believe in this Sooners defense a lot, and I do not believe in this Missouri offense whatsoever. So I think that Mateer will be enough of a role player to get the job done. However, I do like Mizzou plus 7.5.
Yeah, no, I think that Missouri, I don't think they're able to go and take their show on the road very well. I think that being at Oklahoma has a huge advantage. I do like Oklahoma at minus 7.5 a lot, and I also like the under in this game.
I have to agree with you there, Ben. Oklahoma minus 7.5 looks good, especially with how hurt the Mizzou offense is right now.
Most definitely.
So now I'm going to bring us over to Auburn versus Mercer, one of the most boring matchups of the year in any other year. But this Auburn team is wild and unpredictable. Mercer may very well beat Auburn. This seems like the type of game Auburn would lose, especially with the head coaching change and the changes in the defense, having a lot of points scored on them.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how Auburn plays against Mercer, but this is going to tell a very big story in the Alabama game for them next week.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that Auburn is probably one of the only teams in the country that could lose to Mercer this weekend and then turn around and beat Alabama the following weekend.
Yeah. I'm going to take it a step further. This 9-1 Mercer team is going to go into Jordan-Hare and wreak havoc on this Tigers team. I am not high on the Tigers this year. And Mercer, they have a quarterback who has already thrown for over 3,000 yards and 33 passing touchdowns. I think we are in for another nightmare at Jordan-Hare.
And that brings us to our last game, USC versus Oregon. This seems like a game that's going to perpetuate the cycle of Big Ten teams being ranked that probably shouldn't be ranked, and then playing a team that's higher ranked in the Big 12, and then getting credit for beating a ranked opponent. I think that Oregon probably wins this game. I think that they're definitely skill-wise a better team. They just have looked lackluster the entire season and don't really have anything on their resume. But minus 8.5, I just don't see that happening. I'm taking USC plus 8.5, and I love the over in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I make a lot of the same points. I think that Oregon has looked like one of the weaker top 10 teams this entire season. I've not been impressed of Dante Moore much at all. USC, one of their losses being to a obviously very good Notre Dame team. And I do expect USC to cover, and I think it's even fair to maybe tease USC money line here.
Well, USC didn't look very good against Oregon, got that funky interception to win that game, and then didn't score a whole lot of points in the fourth quarter. this is one of those games where Oregon just gets a free ranked win.
There you have it. As always, this is the Mulligan Moneylines podcast powered by Wasaga Sports Network. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe.